But I just thought I'd pop in because a thought came to my mind the other day. And obviously, she's been right on at everyone all these last couple of weeks, and it's been blowing up everywhere. And I was just thinking, you know what? This woman obviously had such a small bubble before TikTok where she used to be able to, you know, voice all of her pain and get all that sympathy from just a small number of people. That this is now blown up to thousands of people that she's able to do this to. And I think she's loving it. You know, she comes across as someone who's really struggling with it all, but she's got all these thousands of people she can now get all this sympathy from. And
she's got her shit together.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's surely what this is all about.
It's almost like it's like manipulation.
It's super manipulative. She is manipulative. It's absolutely ridiculous. I watch her simply to see how angry I'll get. The stuff that she comes out with, the misinformation she comes out with, the fact that she's so bloody condescending. So someone will have knowledge of something and then she'll go, no, actually, that's not what it is. Basically, and it's like you're talking to a human being who's an adult, like they're not 3 for fuck's sake, and actually they probably know more than you do. And if you ask the wrong sorts of questions, that's it. You're muted, you're booted off, you're gone. And
I don't think she definitely doesn't fake illness. I think she exaggerates illness. I think that's the most important thing here.
Yes, I'm not saying that she doesn't have the things that she says she has, by the way, and I think I've made that quite clear throughout my life. Because you can see that she has stuff wrong with her. You can see that she probably is suffering. But I think the thing that she's most suffering with is loneliness, because that attention that she gets, she thrives on. She eats it up.
Yeah, and all the time when she's crying and upset and claiming that she's being bullied, she's constantly looking up at the top corner to see how many viewers she's got, despite saying she's not interested in it.
She always mentions it. Every live she mentions it.
The whole, I'll turn my gifts, I should have turned the gifts off, I should have turned my gifts off. All you have to do is click off and come back on again with your gifts turned off.
Exactly.
It's no issue.
All the people would come back in, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to turn her gifts off. She doesn't want to leave TikTok because then she'll lose all the money that she's getting.
And she did a on her live. She did a video. I can't remember. I think it was a live where she showed how much she'd earned in gifts.
Yes, I saw that.
And it was £500 or whatever. But what she hasn't shown you there is how much she earns in video revenue. Yeah. And I can assure you, there was one video she got where it was 12 million views or something. That is a £2,000 to £3,000 video just for that one video. So if you add up her views over the course of a year, especially the ones where she over dramatizes things, you know, like the ones where her haircut was done and she got burnt, or I think there was also this one where she went off on Yours clothing. You know, all of those videos mean that she's earning quite a reasonable amount. I'm not saying she's loaded, but she's earning quite a reasonable amount of money from it. Yeah. And obviously, if she wasn't doing all this drama and all this problem, she'd just be talking about her parrot. And yes, obviously there's a niche for that, but definitely not 150,000 followers worth.
No, her thing started off, didn't it? About being about her parrot, and then when that went downhill and wasn't getting the views that she wanted, she turned it on about her PCOS and everything else, which is absolutely fine. If you want to do awareness videos, I mean, when I had my cancer, I did a journey where I was like updating people on how the chemo was, etc. It didn't get very many views, but the people that did see it, I hope that it's helped them understand, because a lot of people don't even know what Hodgkin's lymphoma is. I didn't, and I had stage 3. You know, and I was like, fucking hell, what is this cancer? So I did it for awareness, but this person, I feel, is doing it for, give me sympathy, give me gifts, give me this, give me that, buy me stuff. Whereas I never did that.
And I think there's a certain amount of decorum that most disabled or ill people have, where they don't go on about it all the time.
Yeah.
And we all know that you're suffering with it. And I'm sorry, there's millions of people in the world that suffer with all of these different types, and it's horrible. But you shouldn't condescend people, and you shouldn't treat people like children just because they don't agree with what you're saying. And I think that's a real issue with how she treats people. And one of the reasons why she gets so many views and followers is because she's just so rude to people.
Yeah, she is. Everybody loves a car crash.
I'd like to say, I don't want to take credit for this because, but I was probably one of the first people on this app to come out and say I was actually her friend for 6 years before TikTok. Mm-hmm. We went on plenty of cruises together. We'd been to conventions together. I'd gone up to see her. We'd gone out for dinner. And in the back of my mind, each time I was thinking, this is a bit strange. She's quite funny, but also quite rude at the same time. Yeah. And it built up over a period of time when I got to spend more time with her that I realised actually this is actually how she treats people. Mm-hmm. And she was really rude to the staff on board the cruise ship. She was shouting at them. And I just didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there anymore with her. I just felt like I wanted to shrink into this tiny little ball and not be around it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you probably know all the stories about how she sits on there and says that she had her Facebook leaked the other day, or, people have been doxing her and all of that. But my workplaces were contacted by her group, and she actively encouraged this in the mod chat that got leaked.
So Zach DeBrat was talking about that, and the thing is, she's not being doxed. All of her information is already on the internet. So she was saying that she got doxed because people saw that her house was for sale. Well, I'm sorry, but if your address is on Zoopla or whatever, then it's for everyone to see. That's not being
also
doxed.
If your house photos have 50,000 teddy bears up on the windows and it looks just like the background in your lives, and you have thousands of people watching you, someone's going to come across it anyway. I'm not stupid enough to give out personal details because I know that's illegal, and I'm not going to do that. As much as it's as much as I think that she deserves some of the things that she gets, I personally wouldn't go that far. And so the people that are leaking this information, as she says, are people that have just genuinely come across it on Rightmove. And
you a bit, John.
She kept constantly talking about it, didn't she? That she was moving.
Yeah. Can I say something? That's okay.
Yeah.
I do apologise if I'm interrupting you, the cooking cruise, John.
No, you don't need to apologise.
I literally watched your story with Annette, and I was so sorry. I just felt so bad for you. As someone who is someone who loves a good cruise. I've never been on one, let alone.
You need to try it. You need to try it. There's no excuse now.
I want to try one, but the money aspect's no.
Well, how much do you think a cruise is?
Well, I've seen advertisements about it, and it's around 500 odd, etc. But I'm still searching. Don't you get me wrong. What I was going to discuss about was the Yours clothing situation. As everyone knows, as many people might not know, I'm a plus size woman, and I don't agree what Luna said. There is so much attacking towards the community at whole because of the stigma of people being plus size. And for Luna to say there's discriminatory for her clothing, there is aspects. I actually did comment on one of her posts before she decided to limit comments, saying that you can go online and research your size and they will cater to it. And there's always this stigma of going into an online shop. Sorry, I do apologise, I'm nervous.
That's all right, take time. I'm
autistic also, so forgive me, I'm a bit weird and jittery.
Join the group.
It's because every time I go into, for example, shops like New Look, River Island, I can't go in there because they don't cater to my size. But you don't see me going to a shop and hurling abuse.
I'm going to back you up on this one, Sarah. I'm a plus size girl as well. I cannot go into a shop and buy off the rack, but I would never hurl abuse the way that she does.
No,
There's absolutely no need for it.
And actually, yours clothing is one of those companies that's actually making an active effort to include people that are plus size.
They do,
exactly. Yeah. And to know that she's crying out because people don't like her. Well, the way you're acting, darling, is not not
It's a
good enough.
narcissistic personality.
It's a narcissistic attempt to say, "Woe is me" card. It's nothing. And if you want people to like you, be nice to people in general. There's worse things going on in life than this.
And to be honest, a lot of this would be fine if she was like EQ, where she admitted that she's actually that kind of person, but she doesn't even see it. She doesn't even see it. She thinks that she's really perfect.
And that's because she's a narcissist.
Yeah, the worst kind that I've probably ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry, back again, guys.
It's like the alphabet situation when she brought up her autism. That was a triggering point for me because I had that.
Yeah.
And there is days with I'm a mom myself. I don't have my son due to personal reasons. But, you know, there's people out there like me who go on a daily basis. It's a struggle to get up in the morning due to my depression and autism. But I go out every day. I don't like my being miserable get me to the point that I'm like miserable every day. I don't live stream my tears. If I'm upset with someone, I talk about it. I don't go live and trying to be a victim, because nobody is listening to her because she's so blasé about it.
And this is the other thing about going live as well too. Like, you know, and everybody else knows that if you go live and you're willing to share whatever personal problems you have, then you have to bear the consequences of sharing those things.
Exactly.
Not everybody is going to agree with your point of view.
Every time I kept seeing her live, I do apologise for interrupting you there, Christine. Right. I do apologise. I don't like how she's like, oh, people don't like because I'm a victim. You're being not a victim if you keep acting the way you are. If you want people to like you and respect you, change your ways. Be more respectful. Like with Cook and Cruise saying to the staff, be nice to staff. They're only there working a job. They could be having the worst day of their lives. They could have lost a family member. They have to work on their after losing a loved one or something.
I think also it's really important. I want to address this because a lot of people keep coming in here and in other chats saying that this is just bullying. I want to address that because she spins it as bullying. I personally don't take note of what she looks like or anything like that when I make comments.
I'm not so judgmental.
I'm not talking about her specific disability. I'm talking about the way that she acts because of that and the way that she treats people. That is why we're talking about her, not because she looks like a certain person or because of this and that. It's purely the way she is.
If I was going to discriminate someone, I'd be discriminating myself because I'm plus size. Not everyone is going to be looking like the most perfect next stage model there is. We're all beautiful in every shape or form.
And there are people that actually do. There are people that actually do bully her, as there are people that bully everyone on the internet.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, this is the big wide world. This is the internet. Don't put yourself on a big social media platform and make such a drama if you can't handle the crap that comes along with that.
Exactly.
I was just going to say that, John. If you don't want to be bullied, don't put yourself in the line of fire. You can always take yourself off because we all have our struggles. And I'm overweight, but I would never dream of walking into a shop and shouting at them because I don't feel there's an awful lot of choice. But the way to deal with it is you go off and you email. You find an address and you email, and you might have a chat with the shop.
Or you can just go online on the website and get the clothes ordered to you.
Yeah, but you don't have to be rude to people because you're spoiling other people's experiences who are in the shop while you're ranting.
And to think she filmed that video of that poor lady who works 13, 15-hour days on that cruise ship, who burnt her hair, apparently, and she was filming it with a miserable face and then put it out to 1 million people to look at. Can you imagine? That woman got spoken to by the senior boss, the captain of the ship. He got involved in it because I was on the ship 2 weeks after this all happened, and the captain got involved. That's the kind of level that this sort of acts can create. You know, it harms people's livelihoods and their jobs.
I went for a birthday present.
She's not thinking about anybody else. She's only thinking about herself, and that kind of true colours are starting to show through now with the more lives that she does. And it's the narcissistic personality. It's the playing the victim. I'm not doubting that she has health problems. We all do. I'm a plus size girl. I work a full-time job. I've got numerous health problems. But you know what? It doesn't stop me from getting up in the morning and going out to work.
I want to just jump in there. I'm talking about like plus size girls and things like that and health conditions, because I'll prefix this, I'm one of John's mod, that's why I'm here. But basically, my sister had the exact same conditions as her, and she still worked a full-time, physically intense job. Yeah. So her condition, she could physically go and do it if she actually wanted to. She doesn't want to because she gets handed over all the shit that she wants, and it's just handed to her on a plate every month, and she's getting that. She then comes on TikTok to top up her bank balance because she spends so much money on crap that she doesn't need. She has no money, which is why she comes on TikTok to then get the attention. And it's the same across the board, that every single creator that wants attention has to create drama, and that is all she's creating. Exactly. You know, she goes into a shop, she gets people watching her, which then gift her because they feel bad for her. They go, oh, I'll give you some cash, I'll give you some cash. Yeah, there you go. Like, it's clear manipulation of people. She's playing mind games with people, and actually she needs to be careful, because at some point someone's going to give her money and something's going to happen to them, and then they're not going to be able to support themselves. But because she's so manipulative,
they could need that money for something. They could need that because they could be like, as someone who isn't working, not because I'm lazy or anything, but I'm going to college. I'm a college student, soon to be again. And I left my college course to have time off because my mental health was deteriorating. But I needed to put myself into perspective and said to myself, yeah, I'm 27 years of age. I could have started my college course at 19, 20, 21. But I was a parent by 18, and I had that on hold. But at the end of the day, I'm going out trying to get my living put together. So I get into college to get a full-time job. I want the educational aspects to understand the business before I go into one, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And if she's that, you know, concerned about her career and stuff, you can do photography from home. You could easily, if you're such a photographer and this self-employed businesswoman that you claim to be.
Look, I've had some of her photos done of me and my partner, and they came out really blurry.
Honey.
So, you know, I'm not saying it's not.
Did you do a live and shout at her and, you know, make a big fuss and make an example out of her, or did you do it behind closed doors, or did you just keep it to yourself?
Well, I mean,
do anything behind closed doors.
No. I mean, look, I started as any friend would by approaching her about it and talking about the way that she acted. You know, and she then blocked me.
Thank you, John.
Of course she did.
Yes, sorry, I interrogated her over 3 hours while on a cruise in such a stressful environment, where we were sat down by the bar.
She can't afford.
Yeah, she can't remember any of that conversation, though.
Of course she can't. I mean, I am medicated for my depression and anxiety. My anxiety gets so bad sometimes that I can't go out the house. I wake up every day with anxiety. I am not even 2 years in remission from stage 3 cancer, right? And yet I still go out to work, a full-time job, okay? And I work in a school, right? So I'm surrounded by people and children and illnesses, and I have like hardly any immune system. But I still go out and do it because I'm not going to sit on my well, I don't have a fat ass, but I'm not going to sit on my ass all day and not do anything, because I would get so bored. I would get out of my mind. My anxiety would go even higher. My depression would go even lower. And
I have depression and anxiety.
I would end up unaliving myself.
That's what I was going to say. Like, surely for her, if she's that desperate for contact, you'd make an effort, even if it's for an hour a day or an hour a week, and you build it up. Surely she would make the effort of going out of the house to try and improve herself.
Exactly. I mean, she could set up like a tea and cake afternoon every other week or something for people that
have make no profits because she'd eat it all. Sorry.
But no, she could set up something. You know, she has such a following that she could set up something for people with illnesses that means that they can't work or whatever. Or, you know, she could start a charity, or, you know, there's so many things that she could do rather than sitting on live and crying about.
She could work for NHS Triple One.
It really annoys me about creators like her because they sit on lives all day getting people's money under false pretenses. I personally could not live with myself if I was taking other people's hard-earned money under false pretenses.
I just want to say one last thing because I've got to drop out the box in a second. I've got to go have some dinner. But there were 2 points I wanted to make. The first one follows on from what Christina just said, and we were talking about gifts. I think TikTok is a very dangerous app in some instances, especially around gifting. It's addicting. I'm a level 35 gifter. That means I've personally gifted tens of thousands of pounds on this app over the last 2 years.
You're a millionaire, so that doesn't count.
I'm not. That is
Where's my gift?
Booking cruises. You've got more cruises than I have got dinners.
a lot of them are free.
I'm only joking with you, Mel.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Where the fuck are my gifts? You've come on my live.
Fine.
All right.
But hang on, right? Because I make more money on TikTok through TikTok Shop anyway. I don't ask for gifts. I don't want people to give.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Get your violins out, people.
I'd rather you go and sign up to Gusto or something, rather than actually, send me 20 quid's worth of gifts because it's just not worth it on TikTok.
Trust me, I'm the same.
But the other point to throw in here, and I think it's a really important one, is that all the people that are defending her now and all the people that go in her boxes are new people. They're always new people. They come around for a few months, then they see the real person, and then they leave and turn against her. And she's had that happen to her, 100 mods, something like that, 50 to 100 people in the last year have left her, and now she's got a new group of people that just enable her.
Blimey, the staff turnover rate at Babe Station's less than
It's
that.
like a call centre staff turnover.
Oh my God.
But I thought that was a really important point as well. But look, I really do need to go. Thank you for having me in. And keep doing lives like this, because the more people that find out about her and the way that she acts, the better it is for this app. So please do continue.
Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
It's like,
thanks,
for me,
guys.
it's like, I don't, whenever I get
John.
gifts, even if it's like the one rose, it's enough for me.
Yeah.
As long as people just look at me and think, you know what, she's got autism. Yes, she's, younger than Annette. I'm not someone who will gladly say to you that I will go outside, go to the park and have a good time. Because I'm going to be honest with you, my depression and anxiety have come to the point that I'm going to a doctor's appointment despite not wanting to go to get myself tested, to get my antidepressants in order, to get myself into a good mindset.
But then I think that's when you're different to what she is, because you've realised that you need help and you're putting yourself out there to get the help. Whereas she, I don't think, wants the help, and she wants everyone else to help her without giving anything back. When
I'm not saying she's autistic, Sophie. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you, darling.
Under the sun, like, she's an encyclopedia of conditions. Apparently, like Zach the other day mentioned about being ADHD, and suddenly she's got ADHD.
Good Lord.
Seems to be like if someone mentions something, it's like the saying of they've gone and got the T-shirt, whatever it is. I could turn up tomorrow and say I've got a sick finger on my hand, and then suddenly she'll have a 6 bloody finger. She might as well go and be a doctor or something, because she clearly knows more than these doctors know.
It is crazy. And with the whole gifts thing, I've got one teddy bear, right, to reach my goal, and it is really doing my head in. And I know I've mentioned it now, but it's been like a good hour and I haven't said anything. But if that was her, she'd be begging for it,
Oh, give me a teddy bear. I can't buy a bottle of Pepsi Max without a teddy bear.
Hi, guys.
Hello, you're right.
Yeah, I was watching this lady the other day because I'd come on one of these things, and I had seen her before, but and I was watching her, and I was quite surprised at what she says and what she does, because I suffer with fibromyalgia, chronic illness, and all that, and she's not the sort of person I would like to talk to be honest. I know that sounds really bad from my perspective, but...
Are you being honest?
And she is also about the gifts.
Shut up, thank you.
I don't go on my live. I like to talk to people because I can say it on here because none of my friends are on here. I do live on my own. I tell everyone I've got my husband, but he's passed away, so everyone thinks I've got a husband, but I don't. Well, I do, because I still love him and I'm still, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But so, and I find some of the things she says incredible. You know, like you were saying, she seems to have so much wrong with her, and I don't understand it.
No, it bothers me that, you know, so I work with special educational needs students, right? Mm-hmm. And although I don't diagnose, because that's not my place, that's not my job, but the fact that I've been around people with neurodivergencies, etc., I can pick up when someone is ADHD.
Yeah, of course.
I just can. My eldest brother's got ADHD as well, so I'm really used to it. Zach, 100%. You look at him, you hear him, and you're like, fuck me, mate, you've got ADHD. Annette hasn't got ADHD, not even a little
It's another thing, it's another sympathy vote.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is to do that.
As autism, it's not really easy. It's really easy for me to tell you, like, oh, having autism is the best thing in the world. It isn't.
It isn't, and that's the thing. Don't keep telling people you've got something that you haven't. You're wishing it. I mean, I've got family members who have got ADHD and autism, and I find it unbelievable the amount of people who go, oh yes, have I. It's not don't congratulate yourself. You know, you don't go out there going, oh yeah, I've got ADHD. It boggles my brain.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Phoebe girl.
No, it's fine.
I do apologise if it triggers anyone. Anyone here, I do apologise in advance if I trigger anyone. But when she said Emmy's more painful than this cancer, I got upset with that because I lost a lot of family members to that.
Yeah.
And I've had it. I know, sweetheart. You're so brave to talk about it. You're such a warrior.
Thanks. I actually made a video on it. Right, sorry to interrupt, but I actually made a video on it because I was saying that, like, I'm not going to say that cancer is worse than ME because I've never had ME. She's never had cancer. She can't make that comparison.
No, exactly.
The only person that can make that comparison, okay, is someone who has ME and has had cancer or has cancer.
I've had cancer and I've got ME, no.
So you're the only one who can say it then?
Fortunately, you know.
But then it's another thing, isn't it? It's like she can tie people in by making that comparison. Because I hate doing it, but if you look at people like Chelsea Liart on this app, and obviously I don't know if people are obviously aware of her, but I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Right? She obviously comes out with some stuff that she knows people are going to get the attention on. She comes out with comments that she knows she's going to get a reaction out of, and that is what this app is. You know, if you're going to start a business, you need to have a unique selling point. And for Annette, her unique selling point is simply absolutely causing drama, making controversial comments like that, and trying to be the best on everyone else on her medical side of it. So we all give her the sympathy vote. But actually, what people need to do is realise it's all a load of bullshit, because it is. She may have ME, she may have myopsychopolis and whatever she bloody wants to have tomorrow and Sunday and whatever. But actually, she's the bloody careful.
Yeah, but you don't go up to people and say, hello, my name's Annette, I've got blah, 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 blah. This is one of the
and when she
things
films those people trying to help her off the floor, and she's there one day, she's going, oh, I won't get you on my TikTok live, I won't do this, I won't do that. But then the next day, she's all right to bloody go and film people picking her up off the floor. Please tell me that her live, when she was getting picked off that floor, was not for attention.
Oh, 100% it was.
I thought it was.
You know
I
what
haven't seen
really
that.
pisses me off is that she's like, oh, so when you're on it, you can't see like the height of the curb and the drop and everything. Well, how come more people aren't continuously falling out of their electronic wheelchairs? Tell me that.
I think it's her eyes. Have you seen the flick to her lenses?
I heard that she fell out of her wheelchair, called the paramedics, then went to the theatre to watch a show, and then went straight to A&E after the show.
Hang on a minute, can I just interrupt there, because I have actually got an electric scooter.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know how you can fall out of a chair unless you've literally...
Unless she's got stunt work secretly.
I can't work out how you would fall out of a chair if you're crossing the road.
My father-in-law actually had he has a large mobility scooter. It actually tipped up on the ice with him inside it and landed on top of him.
Oh my goodness.
Bless. Yeah, but that
was a genuine accident. He didn't lean over and fall out on purpose for likes. It literally did leave the path.
Is he okay now?
This was quite a while ago, but he's normally housebound. My sister-in-law looks after both her parents 24/7. She does a fantastic job.
I'm glad he's okay, love. I'm happy he's all right.
Yeah, he's okay. He's well looked after by my sister-in-law.
I feel I don't have a scooter, and I see people every day with one, and I just want to. I actually said to this lovely old lady, she's bless her heart, she was around 80 odd, and I made her laugh because she was really having a rough day. I said to her, I guarantee you, if I was on your scooter, I'll have a race with you. I bet you'll win because you're faster than me.
It's funny you should say that. Where I live in Milton Keynes, we have a city centre, and there used to be a couple that used to drive side by side, holding hands, and they'd suit theirs up. They were regularly banned because they're only supposed to. When you buy them, they're only supposed to go 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I've got one, but I'm a bit wary. My dad gave it to me about 2 months ago, but I'm a bit wary because it needs constant charging. I'm a bit wary to go on any journey in case it runs out and I have to carry it home.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet he's going to put some secret rockets underneath it to become a rocket launcher.
My girls want to pimp mine up like the lady in Benidorm, apparently.
Pimp my scooter.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Connor does want to chat, and then we'll go to Lil, and then that's how we'll work it. Hi, Connor.
I've been waiting ages.
Well, I'm going to come off now. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for the chat, and it's been really nice talking to you. I've got to go and sort my dog out now.
No worries. See you later. Sorry, SB, do you need to go?
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to make a really quick point. I'm not here to chat for ages. One thing that I've noticed about Annette, and it's something that I've noticed about quite a few chronic illness creators on this app, they are giving out some pretty dangerous medical advice while they're doing these lives. One of the things that I've heard from Annette is that her doctor's told her she can take as much tramadol as she wants. That's a risk if anyone's listening to that.
Very dangerous.
That is a risk if anyone's listening to that. And there's a few creators that are very much of the same ilk that are sat on lives using it to discuss medical conditions that they don't have a proper understanding of and dish out medical advice that could be really, really dangerous. Now, tramadol
isn't a tramadol and the other one you on the list that you could get hooked and
it's a controlled drug and it's essentially a synthetic opiate and people can overdose them very easily.
I was offered that and I told the doctor not very long ago I wouldn't take it. So they've given me Beclofen. I just wouldn't take it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different drugs that people with chronic illnesses are prescribed. Tramadol is one of them. And what worries me is I feel like a lot of people that do go into Annette's lives are there because they feel like they have something in common with her. A lot of them have got chronic illnesses themselves, even though when they say that, Annette will say that she's been to 11 a reef. What worries me is that the medical advice that she's saying that she's been given, if other people follow her lead and think that they can just take things like tramadol willy-nilly because that's what they've heard on the internet, it just really worries me the consequences of things that she's saying. And it's not just her, there's lots of other people.
Listen, my next step is, and I'm holding off, is to go on tramadol. I am supposed to be on tramadol for my illnesses, but I'm holding back.
I just read a comment. Someone in the comments has just said, her husband's been on it for 3 years and he's now addicted.
Yeah, it's a strong drug. It is a strong drug, and it can be very beneficial if you actually need it. But I would just take it as prescribed. Don't take any more. Don't do what Annette says and take as much as you need.
No.
Stick to whatever you've been prescribed.
Anyone should be telling anyone to do that.
Exactly. Leave it to the doctor.
The consequences of it. It could potentially cause someone either one, unalived, because of the dangers it can be, or two, to the point that they're rendered in a situation that landed in a hospital.
I was also prescribed gabapentin, and I can tell you from my own personal experience, I had to come off it because I suffer with severe heartburn, and I've got damage in my windpipe caused by the reflux by tramadol and gabapentin. So, and I should be having a camera. I'm a bit of a coward. I need a camera to look at the damage it's caused so I can have treatment, but I've heard horror stories of what happens when they put the camera down.
Yeah,
so I haven't been yet.
I'm going to jump down because that's all I wanted to say.
I'm going to jump down. Thank you, everybody, for chatting, and thank you for listening. And
no worries.
It's lovely to meet you all.
You too.
I don't know how to get out of here, though.
It's all right. I'll help you.
Chime in quickly.
Thank you.
Hang on a minute. Can we just say goodbye to SB because she has got to go? But thanks
out of everything, I understand why she's problematic. I understand that obviously she does seem to take liberties and exploit people, and I get all that. It's really, really bad, but some of the stuff like this, it could literally unalive someone. So I just wanted to add that bit in. All right, take care, guys.
Thank you very much. Take care. Jeanette, I do need to hear from Connor first. He's been waiting, bless him, for so long, and then I'll come back to you. Connor, hello.
Hello. Basically, why I think this lady is really wrong, because she was taking this, I don't know what it was, trend, I don't know how to say it.
Tramadol.
Yeah, and she was saying it on TikTok Live, saying, take as much as you want. I said, don't take as much as you want. And then she said to me, I'll get 1 minute, I just need to send my friend the video so she can play it out loud. 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. Right, Jeanette, jump in whilst Connor's off.
Yeah, so I've been watching her for a while now, but she's been starting to really get on my last nerve and really creators don't really bother me that much. But yes, she has ME, but she's acting like she's the one with the worst of ME. Like, there's loads of people that suffer from ME, MS, MND, that sort of thing, but she's acting like she's got the worst of it all.
Yeah.
And she doesn't give good advice. She's giving the wrong advice, like with tramadol. I've been on tramadol, when was I put on that? I think it was either 2015 for gallstones.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my gallbladder removed in 2017, so I was on it for a good 2 years. And now, because I was on it for 2 years, I now suffer with ulcerative proctitis, which is a milder form of colitis. So she needs to be careful with what she was saying.
Yeah, she really does. She really does. Connor, back to you, hon. Hello.
Hello, I've got the video now, so I will explain it as it plays through.
Okay.
Connor, you know what? You're a child. You are a child, Connor. And I feel very sorry for you. You're going to grow up a very sad person if you keep doing things like that on TikTok. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
And then, when she said that, she said, everybody go and look at his profile. Everyone hate on it. My friend had a screen recording, but obviously she got a new phone, so I can't find it. And then she was like, I had about 20 new followers and people commenting on the video saying, Annette said she's going to do stuff to you and blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? And then, that's
horrible, Connor.
My point.
That is awful. And
yeah, I just heard that.
I mean, even if you did say something that got on her wick or whatever, just ignore it. Why would you call that person out and say you're going to live a very sad life? Annette, you live a very sad life. You've got no fucking friends, mate. What are you doing?
She's 15 years old, isn't she? She lives
in her 50s, yeah.
and apparently her parents pay for her bills because she can't afford it all. Well, if you didn't spend your money on teddy bears that are like £200 to £400 and then going on cruises, I bet you any money her parents have worked their backsides off and then hoping to get the money when they retired to spend on themselves. But no, Annette has to be selfish and be like, oh, there's a teddy that I like. It's £200, or I want to go on the cruise, and she like taking the mickey out of Connor. Who the hell does she think she is?
Yeah, Connor, sorry, how old are you, sweet?
I'm 13.
You're 13. Oh, shit, right. Unfortunately, I do have to drop you, but thank you for coming up, because you do have to be 18. But thank you for coming up. But yes, he is a child. He's 13. But, like, having a 50-year-old go and bully a 13-year-old, are you fucking backwards? Like...
Exactly. I mean, for me, I'm 27 and I would never speak to anyone, let alone a minor that age. Even if I was... my mum's 52, right? And she has kidney stones. She would never, ever, ever speak to someone like that.
No.
If you're wondering why I'm sniffing a lot, it's a moment. I don't take anything. I just want everyone to know that.
No. She's not a Charlie.
I'm just a sniffless. I'm a secret dog in real life. It's okay.
Jem, hi. How are you? Welcome to the live.
Thank you. This is my first time ever doing this, so please excuse me if I get anything wrong. I can't believe, first off, I mean, tramadol has to come from your doctor. I suffer with chronic illness for the last 17 years. I have fibromyalgia. And last year I broke my shoulder, and I've only actually come back from the hospital today. I had to get it reoperated on to get everything taken out 2 weeks ago. And I can name, there was someone there on your live, I'm sorry, who said about gabapentin. I've been on every form, gabapentin, pre-gab, morphine, everything that you can talk about and mention. I haven't taken anything since my operation on the day. I have more drugs here now, as in prescription drugs from the doctor, and they're just piling up because I'm not taking them. So if she's advising people to take tramadol and, take as many as you like, she should be reported. She should be reported to, now I'm from Ireland, so I don't know what the situation is over there, but she should be reported to a medical board. Because she will do damage to people, and like, as I said, I have a chronic illness, 17 years, and I have been on so much medication, and I'm immune now to everything at this stage, so I just don't bother. I suffered the pain or whatever, but tramadol has to be prescribed by your physician. And for her to say take as many, as you like, is so wrong. So wrong.
Yeah, it really is. It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous. That's actually, when I came across this and I saw it, I said, oh my God, is this woman for real? And would people take her advice over their doctors? And some people will, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And because they're in serious pain. So, I know myself that when you're in that much pain, that you really wish, I'd often say I'll take arsenic at this stage if it'll help me. But that's just, a saying, and it's dangerous what this woman is doing. I don't know her from Adam now, or I've seen her all right. She pops up on my on my page, but I don't follow her or anything like that. But she needs to be reported. If she's saying things like this, she needs to be reported to a medical board.
Yeah, she definitely does. Someone's just said in the comments that she told someone to crush up some paracetamol for her 8-month-old baby.
What?
Is she mad? You are joking me.
Oh,
that's what someone's just said in the comments. Now, I don't know if that's true. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it or anything like that. But someone.
Why are people asking her?
8-week-old baby saying to crush up paracetamol for her 8-week-old baby.
Oh my god, she's delusional. Oh my god, I'm a mum of a 9-year-old. I would never.
They're not even allowed Calpol. Please, anyone in the chat.
Washed, right?
Please do not give paracetamol to your child.
No.
Like,
my God.
Always talk to a doctor. Ring 111. Anything. Do not just give paracetamol to your child, especially
she's not
not
a
8 weeks.
She's not a medical professional. Do not.
Why are people asking
her?
her these questions? If you don't mind me asking, why are people asking her these questions?
I don't know. I
really don't know.
Lil Devster, hi. I'm so sorry that I skipped over you. I'm so sorry. It's
okay. It's not a problem.
It's your time. Say what you want to say.
That's all right. But basically, this was like a while ago, but I was watching one of her lives because I used to follow her, and she was doing a live about like PCOS and chronic illnesses and stuff. And she was saying like, oh, you can ask me any sort of questions about PCOS if there's anything that you want to know. I had not long been like diagnosed with it, so I didn't really know much about it. But then I asked her a question about PCOS, and then she asked me how old I was, and I was like, oh, I'm 26, and she was like, really? Well, it can't exist in 26-year-olds because it's not a real illness for people under the age of like 40. And I was like, are you for real?
That's not true.
My daughter has it. She's 31. She was diagnosed with it when she was 14. So I don't know where she's getting her information
She basically
from.
told me that my PCOS wasn't real and that like people my age don't get diagnosed with it.
I'm so sorry that you have to go through that.
Not a real condition for people under the age of like 40 to have.
So I've just typed it into Google. Between 5 and 10% of women between 15 and 44, or during the years you can have children, have PCOS. Okay, it can happen younger though. And then it says most women find out they have PCOS in their 20s and 30s when they have had problems getting pregnant.
Apparently she's here.
Apparently she's here?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'd love her to come up.
Oh, great.
My daughter was checked out because she wasn't having a regular monthly. And she kept getting stomachache. And they diagnosed her with polycystic ovary syndrome.
Hello.
Well, there you go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to come up and say that Annette said that you can be diagnosed because of your age, but Annette claimed she was diagnosed when she was 19.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, but then she also, like, she called me a troll as well because I asked her a question and also told her that I didn't understand her answer because I was autistic, and then she called me a troll for being autistic.
You're
that's not
a horrible woman. You're not a troll, darling. Not in my eyes.
So, like, how does being autistic make me a troll to
If
someone?
you don't agree with her opinion, then you're considered a troll.
It's just like things like that were really upsetting to me because
She's just a horrible woman.
When I first came across her live, I genuinely thought that she was like a genuine kind of person, and the fact that she attacked me in her live,
like, it's so heartbreaking.
Please don't get upset, sweetheart.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't get upset.
Your tears. Right, Luna is Annette is actually requesting. So what I'm going to ask you to do, because I'd like to go 1v1 with her. If you could all drop for me when she's gone, I'm happy to have you all
back up. But thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing your story.
Thank
you for having me up.
I really appreciate it.
Girl that
Take care of yourself, hon.
Luna
called you a troll. Please don't worry and don't cry. She's not worth it.
Thank you.
She's not, babe. She's not. You're wonderful.
Thank
You're
you so
very brave
much.
to come up and tell us. Don't let her affect you like that. No, don't. Right.
Thank you.
I'm just going to help people.
It's not like me.
That's all right. I'm going to help people disconnect, and then I'm going to get Annette up here. Hello, welcome to the live.
Oh, hello. Has that worked?
Yep, that's worked.
Hello. Give me 1 second, please. I'm literally just sorting myself out.
No
I've
worries,
just
take your
had.
time.
First of all, I don't know your name. Is it Maggie?
It is, yes.
Hi, Maggie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I have just had a barrage of messages from followers.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about you. I've never met you. I've never watched you. So I'm saying hello to you for the first time.
Yep.
I don't know anything about your content. So please forgive me if I ask you a few questions as we go as well.
No, you're fine.
I would like to say one thing from the absolute off.
Mm-hmm.
Little Devster, whatever she's accused, I have never, ever, ever said to anybody with PCOS that it's a condition that only affects older ladies. Yes, I was diagnosed at the age of 19. I would never, ever say to anybody that PCOS is something that only affects older women. Why on earth would I say that to someone?
I don't know.
Because I never have.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, I wasn't there, so I can't make comments.
That's fine. Now, I would like to ask you to do me 2 favours.
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk to you on a one-to-one basis.
Mm-hmm.
Could I ask you to shut the comments off? Because I cannot cope with seeing me being trolled while I'm talking to you.
Yeah, no worries.
So if you're happy to turn your comments, because I've got multiple trolls in your comments bullying me as I talk.
No worries. Let me just...
So if you want to have a one-to-one with me,
there we go.
Comments off. Thank you for doing that, Maggie, because I'm happy to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. No worries.
Secondly, could I ask you to take my picture off of your screen and just have us with our ordinary photos like that, rather than having that picture of me on your screen?
Of course.
Thank you. And if you want to put us half and half, I'm quite happy to do that.
I don't know how to do it. I'm trying.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you how to do it?
Yes, please.
Right. You know where you've got your multi-box?
Yeah.
If you go down in that one to the... no, not down, sorry, at the top right.
The settings, yeah, I'm in the settings, yeah.
And you can fiddle with it there. And
yeah, so I've tried panel, I've tried grid, I've tried fixed panel, I've tried fixed grid.
If you go to the first one.
Yeah.
I think it's the first one.
Which, no, because you just come in a little
box. Okay, try each of them. I know it's one of those ones. Try each of them.
No worries.
It might be panel, it might be fixed panel. It's one of them.
Hang on. 2. There we go.
Perfect. That will do. And I appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you very much. I know it sounds silly for me to ask you to do that. It just puts us on a more level conversation platform, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Thank you. Maggie, I don't know if you know that September is PCOS Awareness Month.
No, didn't know that.
Okay, September is PCOS Awareness Month. And over the last 2 years, I have done 2 beard grows to raise awareness for polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS.
Yeah, I've seen
I don't know if you know about me doing that for the last 2 years.
Yep.
You do, cool. I have done that to help other people. When I very first came on TikTok, I was bullied for how I look because of my facial hair, that type of thing, from PCOS. So I decided to grow a beard that first year, 2 years ago in 22. For the whole of August and September, I grew a beard so that I could show people, sorry, I am not going to be bullied in this live. If you want me to talk to you, Maggie, I am happy to talk to you. Would you like to come into my live where I can control who's in there and I can get rid of the people bullying me?
I mean, I've got no comments on.
No, it's the person sending gifts and using my Facebook name. Patricia Seaton is my Facebook name. There you go. I've said it publicly.
Right.
And my Facebook details were released publicly last week or a week ago with my full name, Annette Davies. So I changed all my privacy details on Facebook and everything. And somebody somehow, who is probably an old friend, probably an ex-mod who had my Facebook details, has now leaked my current Facebook name and current Facebook details. They did it in my live last night, and they've just come in your live and have gifted you, me, or whoever as Patricia Seaton, which is my Facebook name at the moment. So they not only came into my live last night doxing me, they've just come into your live doxing me and have just kind of set my anxiety sky high.
To be honest, I'm not going to lie. One, sounds a bit like a you problem. And two, if you hadn't have said that's my Facebook name, I wouldn't have known.
No, you wouldn't have known, but they're sat here trolling me, giving me roses and things, and I can see them sat here trolling me. And that is sending my anxiety sky high. I'm not saying it's a you problem, Maggie. I'm not. No. I'm not blaming you at all.
I'm happy to go into your live.
If you're happy to come into my live where my mods can control that type of thing, would you like to come into my live, Maggie, and talk to me?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll come over.
Okay, if you're happy to come off,
yeah,
and come over to my live and talk to me, I am very happy to talk to you on a one-to-one like this in my live.
Sounds like a plan.
Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
Right, I'm going to drop, and I will be on in literally 20 seconds.
All right, I'll be over.
Or maybe half a minute, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, no worries.
And you can come straight over to me, and anyone who wants to watch who's not already blocked on my side, so I don't have all of the people who are trolling me in your box coming over to my live.
Yeah, no worries. I'll be over.
Is that okay, Maggie?
Yep.
Great. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, will do. Fuck me. She doesn't know who I am, and all it is I've been bullied and someone's just come up and they're using my Facebook name. Well, if you didn't tell me that was your Facebook name, I wouldn't fucking know, would I? Jesus Christ. Right, so I've screen recorded that. Go over to the name's Luna. If anyone wants to watch, go over, obviously. What I'm going to do is, obviously I'm going to have the screen recording just so that, like, I'm covered, she's covered. So I will upload it onto TikTok afterwards, so that if you are blocked on hers, you can still watch it on mine. Sorry if you are blocked. Yeah, this should be fun. I've actually got a little bit of anxiety, you know. Anyway, thank you for everyone being here. And I'm going to go over. I will be back. After, and I will talk about it, okay?
17 of the patients had died, 8 from cancer, 5 from suicide, and 4 from other causes. And then when they looked at the statistics of people without ME, it was the same kind of range of numbers, people dying. And what that means is that ME is definitely not terminal, because terminal means you have an illness that's going to kill you. And I really wanted to say this at that time, where it's like, well, you know, Annette, you're telling us to go on Google and Google the term, or like do our own Googling. And, you know, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that for yourself. And people had to tell you.
Say, like, if she said that autistic people can crush animals, why don't she, can she read the room and learn about autistic people? Because we're not as bad as we say we are. Just because we may have like behavioural issues in your eyes, Luna, doesn't mean that we're bad. We're not going to do anything bad. We're not that as a society. I don't, you know, it really bothers me when people statisticalise the word autism but think that we are this person, next person. I do apologise if I'm sounding like I'm making it all about me. I'm not. I'm trying to say, like, as an autistic person who's dealt with it all her life, it's hard. It's very, very difficult. I won't say, like, for example, if I had ME or PCOS, I feel so loyal to those people that go through it every single day. Like, I did something, this is off topic, like most people that know that the thing that happened in Manchester on the 22nd, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want to get anyone bananaed here, but I went over to the Glade of Light. I didn't have to, but I did. I bought flowers for them and I spoke to them for an hour. And after that, I went to the train station where it happened and gave the survivors a hug. Why? Because I wanted to. I didn't have to, but I did. You know, and that's what people think. They don't think that autistic people have empathy. We do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's 100% ridiculous because anyone could crush a bird. Anyone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't.
You know what? I'm so scared that she's going to get on Luna at some point.
Sorry, Charlotte wants to speak, but she's scared of interrupting. Sorry,
Sorry, Charlotte, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to come on because I don't really know the situation. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I just came across her live and was watching it, and have seen other things. So I don't know what's true or what. Yeah, because then I'm not taking sides because I don't know enough information.
That's fine.
Because otherwise, I have to be well informed to know. Part of me wonders if she was trying to relate it to, she said terminal, but was trying to say long term, because I'm autistic, you know, it's a lifelong thing. It's not the same as cancer, and how she said it probably was the wrong way. But I'm also kind of wondering, not knowing the whole of everything that's gone on, what is the aim? What is the like talking here now? What is the aim of what wants to happen?
I can help. I can help with that. So, are you asking what is the aim of saying a statement like that?
Yeah,
like what would her intentions be?
What is the aim of this live? So the aim of this live is awareness.
And hers as well. That's like the whole thing as a collective.
Hers is to make money. She thinks it's her job.
Yeah, hers is to make money. Mine is to raise awareness about this person.
So the end goal of is the end goal to stop her from making videos, or to stop telling misinformation?
For me personally, it's for her to wake up and take accountability for all the shit she's done.
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't know what's going on, so I'm like, I don't know what the end goal is.
I want Annette to realise that people out there who have these PCOS and disabilities like what she has, to understand that words have consequences, and hers are the wrong ones. If she
Not
wants
just
to be
words too, her actions.
to make her realise that words have consequences, you need to take accountability with them and own it. If you're going to say something harsh about us, realise your mistake and think, oh sugar, I should have said something better. Yeah. Everyone has a feeling and everyone has a right to their opinion. Just because hers is different than ours doesn't make it right. We're not here to bully her. We're not here to mock her. We're spreading awareness of her behaviour that's hurt other people.
And to be honest,
we're victims here.
We all live in a world now, and this is kind of slightly off topic, but there's a thing that is quite popular where it's called toxic positivity. So any kind of criticism or anything is taken as being hate or a troll. Yeah, because then you cannot have a conversation anymore. People can't discuss things because people instantly go, well, you're bullying me.
If you bring up one name, she's like, no, not that one.
Yeah, they're trying to find out information rather than they're just sitting there neutrally thinking, well, what is actually happening here? They're asking a question out of curiosity of wanting to understand, not to bring hate. And I think that's something that is hard to get across to people, because I think she's so defensive now because people have said things that have hurt her, that anybody tries, like you went in today and tried to talk to her, because I didn't even know this was your child. I didn't know anything about anything. And
nobody's called her names. If you don't like it, fuck off.
I called her a cunt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's not really a name. That's just a statement.
Anyone to Annette. We are here, like Maggie has said, we're here for our purposes. We can understand the trolling, we can understand the bullying, because I'm a victim of trolling and bullying. But you don't see me go every day questioning people's morality in this space, in this live. We are only saying how we feel because of what she's done to other people. We're not the other people that she's affected. We're not her ex-mods. We're just speaking how we feel. We can understand why Annette feels the way she feels, but we're not here to go, oh, by the way, you look like this and this and this and the next. We're not going to do that. But she's the one who is making her own fault. If she wants people, like I said before, if she really thinks about it, her feelings are only affected by the people that have really scarred her. And people have scarred her so badly, and they've doxed her, they've bullied her, and everything else. But we're not bullying her. We're just saying how we feel as a statement to our own, to say, we don't like what you're doing. We're being constructive criticism. We're not bullying you. There's a difference.
Yeah, but we're not bullying anyone.
Maggie, can you put a picture of the desk woman from Monsters Inc. on the screen?
Oh, Roz, I love Monsters Inc.
Yeah, one second.
Movie. That movie's my childhood, you know.
Every time I see her, I just think of the desk lady.
She's also giving advice as well.
This is not me inciting hate or anything. When I was a little girl, my dad was my hero. I lost my dad the day after my birthday at 6. And that was in 2002. It's all right, don't worry about it. And I concluded my dad was like Sully. So whenever I see Sully, I think of my dad.
That's so sweet. I love that.
And whenever
I see Annette, I think of the disc lady.
You mean Roz?
I just jumped in.
Mike
Wazowski, Luna.
Mark Wazowski.
I just want to say before I go, it was nice having my voice heard and being a part of this.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you for letting me speak to us.
And what I'm about to say is not a judgment on anyone, not even Annette or anything like that. I am autistic myself, so it's nice. It's nice to see other autistics here today. Yes, I just want to say, just in case this makes the rounds on the internet, I don't think it will, but if it does, that I am here just to correct the misinformation that she spread. I have this thing where I don't want people to be mad at me, so I just want her to know if she ever finds out or like sees a recap of this, that I'm not judging her based on her looks or her, well, a little bit on her demeanor. I did talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to call her any names or anything like that. I'm just upset that she could have definitely done a little bit more research or have reached out for a bit of help in terms of trying to understand what she was reading and the misinformation that she spread. Because she has
she's still watching, apparently.
Upset. Yeah, she has caused a lot of upset. I personally remain neutral in terms of, do I like her or not? I am neutral. I neither like or dislike her. But I'm also upset that she has said the things that she has said, and that's why and also, especially because Maggie, congrats on your remission. That you have gone through cancer and cancer treatment yourself, and it must have been an absolute ball ache. So I wanted to chime in support of you as well. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Queen, Maggie.
Tiara, would you rather have somebody like Maggie that tells the truth around your kids, or would you rather have somebody like Annette that spits absolute bullshit all the time around your kids?
You make a really good point, and with that, I have to go.
You take care, hon. Thank you so much.
I'm just going to say this
Have a
now.
nice evening, everyone.
If
And you.
Annette joined this live again and us was in the box, we would absolutely not have a go at her. We would tell her as it is in a kind, respectful way.
Which is what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
she just wouldn't hear you
And
out.
then you brought
that
up
was,
John,
that
and
was
that
what I
was
thought
it.
was the worst. She just wouldn't hear you out.
If we were awful, Hayley, we would be saying worse things than
Hayley,
this.
you've been here for nearly an hour. We can't be that fucking awful if you're still sat.
If you're still out here, go try
she should have let you speak at least.
Exactly. I just wanted to speak. I had questions.
Yeah, if she was, I think if I think about it honestly, if she, because I don't know, so this is a question. She said that it was about PCOS, but that was what she agreed was the. So if it did get changed into something else, then I can kind of.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Right.
She knew it wasn't about PCOS.
She came onto my live. She told me to change my background picture. She told me to turn off the comments. And then she was getting gifts from someone that she didn't want gifts from. So she told me to go over to her. So I happily obliged. But we had already established, actually, we hadn't established any sort of topic. Because she jumped into my live and started talking about her and her trauma and everything that she suffers with. And then she got a gift which triggered her. So we went over to her live, and then she started talking about PCOS.
I keep thinking you're saying
what this is. I don't know why she thought it was going to be about PCOS when my live is not about PCOS.
That was what she said when. So obviously, I'm just saying what she said. I don't know if it's true or not.
I know because I was there. Right?
She said that that's what she agreed to talk about.
No,
and when it turned on to something else, that was she didn't want to talk anymore.
There was no agreement, and I will be uploading screen recordings of her in my life.
And I can vouch for Maggie because I heard her. If she hadn't agreed with us, right, to talk about PCOS, we would have said something. We would have said, yeah, no worries, we can turn off the comments, we will be respectful to let her hear her out. But none of those words came out of her mouth. If she wanted us to discuss about something like that, she could have gone on to this live and said, can you not talk about this because I want to educate you on this and this and this and this. But none of those words came out of her mouth at all. She just wanted to trip Maggie up so she can feel like
she just keeps getting herself in more hot water though, because she talks about something that she doesn't really know about, has criticism against her, and then starts on the next thing that she doesn't really know about. And really, if someone says, can you give me advice on this, she needs to say, please go to your GP. Like, if you're not a medical professional, then trying to give advice to people online is not always going to go the best. She's better off just saying
everyone suffers with it differently.
Yeah, we're not all the same. So her trying to give advice on things is just going to constantly get her into hot water.
Kawaii, nobody's fucking bullying her. Get a grip and change your name. You're not even Japanese.
The thing is, right,
hang on. You're saying about bullying, but my friend was in here and someone called Tiki was in the chat and she's just got ripped to shreds. So you all say that it's not bullying, but you're in here changing pictures, taking the piss out of the way she looks, taking the piss out over her weight, and my friend, who doesn't like Luna...
Who is Tiki? I didn't even say anything about this.
Nobody said shit about Tiki. Nobody...
This is what I'm looking for. Someone called Tiki. My friend, all that my friend said, what's the problem with being fat? You're in here fat shaming people.
Nobody's fat shaming her. It's just an observation. What
do you mean it's an observation? You're taking the piss out of her. This is live. Taking an observation.
She is fat.
Whether you like her or not, but then people are going in the chat and then fucking going at people in the chat for saying about people.
Why are you so affected?
Why are you so triggered? Calm down.
Ash, I'm going to say this to you as a plus-size person. If she was so affected by the way she looked, why are you having someone like me?
I was talking.
Nobody gives a fuck if he was talking because you're spitting nonsense just like Annette. So why don't you go back over her life and piss
out people for the way that they look, the size of them. I don't give a fuck if you're fat, skinny, whatever.
Why are you on the verge of tears over somebody you don't fucking know?
Go and take a breath, Ash. Go and take a breath.
I'm going to say this now. I'm plus size too. So what?
I am also plus size.
Why is it not affecting me?
I am not afraid to admit I am fat. It's not an insult. It's the shape of my body.
It's fine.
I think it's different people though. Different people have different things that they don't like and do like. So the one person the word fat might be fine, for the next person it might not be.
I actually haven't mentioned her weight or the way she looks because that's something that she can't help. I know that weight is something to do with
exactly.
Other people have, and I can't control what other people say.
If I was going to judge someone, I'd be judging myself because I would be the massive hypocrite saying, "Oh, by the way, she's fat," and I'm not. If she's that, I'm huge. You know what I mean? I can't say that about people because I'm plus size myself. I can't say the word fat because it triggers me.
Yeah, but none of us are fat. We're curvaceous. We're not
exactly, Angie. Love you.
Well, we are.
You've just got more to love.
Some of these women need to take a chill pill.
We could all probably relate to her in some senses, and like it's not all. Some of us have things in common. It's just obviously everything's blown up in a sense that there's no way forward, I don't think, in being able to talk to her because she gets defensive, which I understand. She, you know, when people have been bullied and attacked enough times, that they will start to get defensive if they feel that someone's going to attack them, even if they're not.
It's an emotive subject.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a hard subject to deal with. It's
something
and every day I go through on a daily basis. I think I get so jealous of my family because my mum was once a size 22. She's now, because of her conditions, she's lost weight, right? And so is my sister because she's lost weight too. My dad was plus size, but my mum still loved him, right? I'm plus size like my dad, bless his heart. There is days I look in the mirror and think, ugh, I should lose weight.
Yeah, but
I'm losing weight slowly.
Shall I tell you what?
That's not my fault.
I'm 56 in October. I'm not bothered about telling you how old I am because I went through
fantastic for Angie.
I went through school with my mum comparing me to all my friends. So now I don't give a cat's whatever. Anyone thinks of me. I've owned how I look. And I've lost the weight before and I will again, but I'm not ready at the moment.
Tracy Beardman, we're not bullying her, okay? We're not.
Right, I'm just slowly disconnecting everyone. Hang on a minute. You can all come back up in a second. But Ash is waiting in the box and I'd like to just talk to Ash on their own. And I say they because I don't know what they go by. Hello, have you calmed down?
Yeah, calm down. I was just trying to get my point across.
No, I get that, but like with other people talking over each other and all shouting at you and everything, that's not fair. So you can have your say, and I don't want you to get upset. All right, that's not what I'm about.
I'm not upset. My point is, like, I get people don't like her. I get the horrible, nasty things that she's saying. I get all of this. I can't stand the woman personally, but when it comes about looks and when it comes about people's sizes and whatever, I'm not about that. My friend was in here, said something about being fat was brought up. My friend said, "What's the problem with being fat?" And she was jumped on. And that's out of order. Why are you jumping on someone? It's not even defending. It's literally saying, what's wrong with being fat? What's the problem? How are you as women calling out another woman? Would this be okay if it was a group of men doing this to a woman? No, it wouldn't be.
So I haven't mentioned her weight and her looks because that is something that she can't help. I know that PCOS really interferes with hormones and weight loss and stuff, and like everyone looks different. Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I can't control what my guests say, and especially if I don't hear it. I mean, I've been cooking I've been doing stuff. I haven't really been paying that much attention. I'm sorry that your friend was treated like that. That's not okay. There isn't anything wrong with being fat. As you heard, I had a lot of plus size ladies up on my account. But you're live, you should be paying attention. Fuck off. But with trolls and shit, like, that's what I do. I will tell people to go away, right? Because I'm not someone who lets it get to me. But if I'd have seen a comment that says, what's wrong with being fat, I would have been like, nothing's wrong with being fat. But I didn't see it. Are they muted? Are they gone? Like, what happened?
It was someone called TK that jumped on my friend. It was someone in the box who was taking the piss out of her for being fat.
Oh.
They were taking the piss out of the fact that she's so heavy. And I get when you're caught up in it all, but at the end of the day, it's a public platform. You've got nearly 300 people in here. And the things like that are not okay. It's not okay to put pictures of someone up. Like, I get what this live is meant to be about. It's calling her out about it. She should be called out on everything that she's lied about. She should be called out on everything that she said. But once you bring looks into it, once you bring the size of people into it, it all goes out the window. You can't then have a normal discussion with someone when you're taking the mick out of the way that, look, in private with your friend, fair enough, like, everyone does it. But on a public platform for everyone to see, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the pictures being put up. I don't agree with what people are saying, and I don't agree with how easy it is for people just to take the piss out of the way someone looks.
The thing is, like, I don't understand the thing about the pictures being put up. She was live at this point, so that's how she looked on her live on TikTok.
No, I'm not talking about the pictures of her. I'm talking about, like, when you're putting pictures up, comparing her to what's her face of Monsters Inc.
Oh, no. I didn't compare her. Someone said that she reminded me of Roz from Monsters Inc. and said, can you put a picture of Roz up? So I put a picture of Roz up and then I took it down. Like,
No, you know where that's going though. You know exactly. You were comparing it, and it's all like, you can have a laugh and a joke and whatever, but at the end of the day, TikTok is a public platform. Anyone can see it. You can't go at her about the way that she is and bullying people when it's classed as bullying. How would you like it if someone got a picture of you and compared it to like a grotesque fucking creature?
I wouldn't give a shit.
No, but there's people out there that would.
Right, but why are you getting offended on Annette's behalf?
I'm not getting offended. I'm saying that this is the culture we're living in.
You're offended for her.
We're living in this culture.
Being offended
this
for
stuff
her.
isn't acceptable.
I haven't taken a picture of you, have I? I haven't taken a picture of you and compared you. Then why are you getting so upset?
The culture's wrong. People shouldn't be doing it.
Do you know what? Go and get a skin of a rhino. I can't be dealing with snowflakes. That's not what my life's about. This person, whatever she looks like, she could look like a fucking supermodel or she could look like the way she does. She's a fucking disgrace. All right, she's a piss take. She tells people to take as much tramadol as you want, okay, which could cause people to OD. She's telling mothers of 8-week-old babies to crush up paracetamol and give it to them. She's saying that autistic people can't have birds because they'll crush them. She's saying that ME is worse than cancer. She's saying that she doesn't want gifts, but then she's begging for gifts. She ignored someone who was reaching out to her because of her mental health, and fucking Annette sent her away because she wanted to go into a battle. She's lied about things. She's going on cruises, yeah, but she's always playing the victim, and she's always saying how she's like being bullied and she's suffering with all this shit, and yet you see her on videos dancing in a fucking disco. No. Don't fucking come on here and go, oh, but you've taken the piss out of her weight and the way that she looks, and that's really upset me. Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, so I put a picture of Roz up, but that wasn't me comparing her. That was someone else comparing her. Yeah, I put the picture up. She asked me to put the picture up. To be fair, I don't see the resemblance. At the end of the day, it's not her fault that she looks like that. PCOS interferes with weight.
I understand. That's why I personally haven't attacked her for her weight or the way she looks. I've attacked her on her personality and the fucking shit that she spouts on TikTok. And if you can't deal with that, then that is a you problem. If you want to get offended on her behalf, go into her live and crawl up her ass. But stay off my live. Stay off my live. I need some nicotine.
Woohoo! I'm up. No, I'm going to own what I said. Yeah, I went for about a weight because
I don't think that girl's been
hang on.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Pixie's talking. Hang on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm owning what I said. I went for about a weight because if she actually did get off her ass and actually did some walking, she'd improve her condition. She would lose the weight because PCOS wouldn't pile that much weight on. That's because she uses a wheelchair instead of using her legs, which, you know, her legs are probably quite decent enough to walk. It's a load of bullshit that she can't
chime
walk.
in here? Hi.
Hello.
Annette has absolutely annoyed me for a long
Hang on a minute, Angie. Hang on.
I have hypermobile spectrum disorder, which is actually hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I dislocate every single one of my joints on a daily basis.
Ooh.
And I mean every joint. I'm actually waiting on a brand new knee because my right knee has no cartilage. I've had several operations. I've had a kidney failed, which got removed in 2010. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have also got ME, which is classed as CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. So I actually do more than she does, and I've got all these illnesses. I don't sit all day on my phone. I couldn't.
Mandy, this is what I'm saying. I was owning what I said about her, and someone just put in the comments like, doctors tell you with ME to not overdo it. That's absolute BS. I'm talking from a medical standpoint here. Yeah. That is BS. They actually tell you to be more physically active because it will help your condition. And I'm talking because I've got fibromyalgia as well. But I've never sat on my ass, even after overdoing it, and gone, oh, it hurts.
I literally, my husband's my main
and I don't whinge about it. That's where the annoyance comes from.
Yeah,
the thing is, I don't have a carer.
I'm also going through it a lot. My mum was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in January. She has stage 4 bowel cancer with secondary lung cancer. And the whole thing with cancer being worse than ME absolutely had me in tears.
Disgusting.
Because my mum has lost all of her hair. She isn't even my mum right now. She is a shell of who she was literally a year ago. And she's only 72.
This is the thing. I think people forget that chemotherapy, it is a poison that is being put into your body that breaks it down. And I'll give you a story that my partner told me that made me stop smoking instantly, right? So he went to a call out to a patient who was unalive, sadly. But what happened to this patient was he was in remission for lung cancer, and he got up, coughed, and he coughed all of his lung matter onto the wall. And the reason for that was because of chemotherapy. Now, I'm not telling people not to get it. Please do get it. Okay,
yeah, but my mum's got it, but now she gets quite a lot of it. Yeah, it's horrible.
But people forget that it is a poison being pumped into your body to kill the cancer cells, and sadly, it is shit. And it's horrible.
It caused me such awful symptoms.
Like what really upset me was the fact that Ash was saying that we were comparing her to Rose from Monster. I will gladly say to you. I'm sorry, I got caught up on a phone call. I am somebody who would gladly tell us to Ash straight to their face that I never once would compare anyone to what they look like, because I was compared to Roz all my life at high school. I was bullied for the way I looked, bullied for the way I dressed because I was short. You don't think? Do you really people think that we're here to bully and that we're not bullying her? If we're bullying her,
we're just making people aware of what she's been doing.
Horrible things about her. Saying, oh, she's late, she's this, she's that, she's this, and then she's that, and the next. We're not doing that. We're just spreading awareness.
I tried to help her with Amy and she shut me down. She said she can't walk, she can't do this. But she doesn't try. If she did try, I mean, she said she had mild to moderate Amy.
Was I got my face, my face is not covered. That's my real face.
Same with me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right. In the words of Rowan Atkinson, if society can no longer insult, be rude, or have criticism, we don't have a society anymore. This is what's happening. Bunch of snowflakes, get a grip. You know, and I was born in the 90s, you know, and I'm not a snowflake as much as people from my era are a snowflake. I'm not a snowflake. You can ridicule me, criticise me as much as you want. And before anyone asks, yes, I am slightly plus size. So, but I've just had a baby, so that kind of makes it. But
was
at least,
congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations for being a mama. It's the best.
I know, but at least I'm doing something about it. I eat salads every day. I go for walks. I do non-stop, and this is with fibromyalgia. I don't lay down and go, oh, my hips. Oh, somebody send me gifts. Oh,
proves that.
Actually, now there is Calpol that you can give to under 3 months. That the doctor will tell you.
The doctor, as long as it's doctor prescribed, then you're fine.
And please do not take.
He's dead. We need to reperfuse the liver.
Can we get rid of this person?
And get an ECMO.
Yeah. Right. And never ever take more tramadol than what you have been told to, because it can cause respiratory depression. Please don't do it, because it's what happens to people who take a lot of opioids and end up sadly passing away.
Yeah, I'm on morphine,
so
and I'm actually reducing it.
Yeah, so you would know that it can cause respiratory depression if you're not careful. So please don't listen to this woman about tramadol and everything else, because it is an opioid and it can cause respiratory depression, which sadly leads to unaliving, which is what happens to a lot of people who are on, you know, DIUGS, and that's how they end up passing away from it. It's not necessarily the DIUGS that causes it. It's actually the respiratory depression that causes you then to stop breathing. So please don't do it.
I was on a high amount of morphine because of my condition, and I asked the doctor to be reduced only because I don't want to be on a high amount of morphine. Yes, okay, bad days I do need that help, but I've decided myself to cut it back, and I'm actually managing better than I expected. Even the doctor said that.
Can I also just say that I've been reported so many times, and it's been said, like, by people in the comments. I've been reported so many times
about this, mate.
I've been reported so many times for bullying, and I still haven't been taken down. So surely that shows that I'm not bullying anyone, because TikTok is so quick on that.
100%. Yeah, Joanna in the comments, it's naproxen to reverse the effects, but sometimes sadly it's too late.
Naproxen is awful as well. Naproxen causes stomach ulcers and everything.
Oh, sorry, it's not naproxen. It's not.
Naproxen's an anti-inflammatory.
No, I was just. Do you know what? My brain just went naproxen, but it's not naproxen. Sorry, it's Now, give me a second. Just give me 2 seconds.
Esmeralda, you can come back up. But there was like background noise. That's the only problem. That's why I dropped you. There was a TV or something. It wasn't. You didn't do anything.
Ready? Sorry, it's sorry that the thing that I was talking about was Narcan. I do apologise. It's Narcan.
Sure, I don't mean to be rude, but what's her name? Luna, Tuna, or fucking Antoinette, whatever her fucking name is. Like, when she was on, like, the polycystic ovaries, it was too much fucking male testosterone. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like,
Esmeralda, you've got a TV or something on in the background and it's very loud. If you want to talk, that's fine, but like when other people are talking, we can't have that in the background.
It's like, I'm going to say this now. There's a saying, to be a bully is to act like one, and there's different purposes to be a bully. We're not bullying, like I said. We're not going to bully someone for their looks, their weight, everything. We're just stating how we feel as people. I'm not bullying anyone.
I'm not being funny, but like the amount of people that go into her lives that she says are trolling and bullying her, they're actually not. They're asking questions about like what she's telling them. So about her ME, about her PCOS. And all she does is say, oh, it's on my link tree, or oh, go and Google it yourself.
But then that's not personal. That's not actually saying how she is with it.
I mean,
like surely if people's asking her how she feels with PCOS and how her ME is affecting her, she should be explaining her side of things rather than just shutting people off.
Well, maybe she's not got ME and she's just Googled what it is. No, I don't think she has either, personally.
The thing is, with ME and CFS, it's symptomatic diagnosis.
Munchausen's, and she categorically denied that she had Munchausen's, but Zach de Brat was like, are you sure, you know, you don't have Munchausen's? Do you even know what it is? And like, I kind of thought about this the other day. I'm not saying that she does have it, but from what you've just said, Pixie, like about how she like might not have ME or whatever, and she's just Googled it or whatever, kind of makes you think like, does she have it or not?
It just makes you baffled because there are so many educational avenues that you can search from. But to give someone to say, oh, by the way, go to my link tree, I would have said, if that was me, if I was Annette, I would have gone, hey, just so you know, if you want to know this more information, this is what it is. And if you don't understand it that well, there is resources into my bio, or I'll search up the information that you want to know and I'll send it you if you need it that badly.
I mean, if she really did have it, I'm going to give you obviously an example of how she would be talking. So I've got fibromyalgia, and I'll just tell you how it affects me. So they say it's pain all over, sort of sometimes, not all the time. Mine's mainly in my back, my lower back and hips. And it almost feels like my bones are crumbling, my muscles have just gone. That's how it feels. But in the mornings when I wake up, it feels like I'm almost drunk. It makes me feel like I'm drunk and I'm suffering from a severe hangover. So I have to sit up in my bed for about 20 minutes to get me to come round so I don't feel as dizzy, so I don't feel as groggy. Then I go and get a drink because I'm so thirsty. And on my day-to-day things, if I go for a walk, I have to sit down after about 20 minutes because it feels like I'm about to collapse, and then I get up and I start walking again. So that's the things that she should be talking about if she did really have it. Now, ME is a form of, obviously, fatigue syndrome, which is
the same as CFS. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's very similar as well to fibromyalgia. So she should be discussing things like this that she's going through and how she would handle it on a daily basis that would help people. Now, my advice, it wouldn't help people because I've lived with it for so long. I don't talk. That's why I don't go on lives and talk about it, because I can't really physically help people because I don't take any medication. I just get up and do things.
It's like you don't, the thing is, like, you can say until you're blue in the face that you have fibromyalgia, and people deal with it differently. Some people deal with it worse than others. Some people can wake up every day and be like feeling like they're, sorry to say it as it is, like paralysed, like you're paralysed from the waist down, you can't move. It affects everyone. We're not here to, like I said before, we are not here to say that Annette hasn't got all these things. We're just alluding to her behaviour. It's her behaviour that we're concerned about.
It's the fact she's on
she has
all the time, all day, all night. She's on TikTok.
There's things to do.
And she's giving dangerous advice out to people. Dangerous advice that could cause people their life.
Yeah, it could absolutely unalive a little child, telling a person who's got a child to crush up paracetamol. As somebody who has horrible problems now and again, I could never tell someone, let alone a baby or a mother of a child, to go, oh, by the way, go and crush up some paracetamol, put it into a drink, and they'll be all right. It would hurt. It would damage them.
Yeah.
What kind of mother does that?
Yeah, there's even a nurse in the comments. I used to work on the ambulances, that's why I know. But there's Joanna in the in the comments that would probably also say, "Do not give a baby crushed up paracetamol.
No,
what is wrong with
absolutely
you?"
not. And the thing is with me, it's how sympathetic and caring I am. I wish I could take away people's pain because I do not like seeing people suffer. As much as I don't like Annette myself, I wish she wouldn't suffer because I do not like seeing anyone in pain. But I wish she would be more vigilant and caring towards people that have it worse than her.
Well, to be fair, she actually put more energy, put the energy that she does into TikTok to actually get herself moving. She'd end up feeling better about herself.
Absolutely. This is my biggest issue with her, that she does not help herself. Now, I have another issue. She says she has ME. Now, it normally comes alongside something more serious like MS, FND, EDS in my case, or even fibro. She doesn't. She only has ME. To me, that's like, how can something like that, when you normally get in double diagnosis, it normally comes from fatigue. Is her fatigue maybe because she's not doing enough and she's not trying to get up, she's not motivating herself, she's not getting up? That's where I think her signs and symptoms of ME comes from.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're sat around all day and you're sat in a wheelchair all day and you're on a mobility scooter all day, what did she think was going to happen to her muscles if she's not using them? What really did she think was going to happen? Your muscles will just deteriorate and it'll just be, unfortunately, fat. That's what it'll be. And what'll happen is that her bones won't be able to manage with that weight. So then she's feeling more tired. She's having the symptoms of ME, but it's nothing to do with ME. It's the fact that she's not moving.
ME and CFS is the same condition. I have CFS because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My muscles are working 3 times harder. So normally a normal person would have ligaments, tendons and muscles. I only have muscles because my ligaments and tendons are super strong, super flexy, super lengthy and thin because of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder. Normally ME comes hand in hand with something more serious. But with Annette, all we see is her sitting on TikTok every day. See, when CFS or ME kicks in, I can't move, I'm in my bed. But I still get up, I still try to do it. I've got 2 kids who I make sure that they go to school and they're in fresh clothes every day. And then I go and I maybe have a lie down in the afternoon, I get up and do bits and pieces, but I still move. She doesn't, so she is not helping herself. The ME part of things would get better if she motivated herself and got up and tried instead of sitting on live all day.
Exactly. And the fact that she's going on these cruises and whatnot and then saying, oh, poor me. It just seems so ridiculous. And people follow people like this, It's a bit like other creators on the app, such as CLA and Alphabet. Like, why are you following them? Why are you giving them your hard-earned money? Why are you doing that? Makes no sense whatsoever.
It makes me so mad, Alphabet does. Like, as somebody who is of her age range, she makes my blood boil.
Oh,
the fact that she lied about SA, lied about autism, Tourette, the works. I wish I could go up to somebody and say, I don't have autism, but I'll be lying because I do have it. And believe me, every day is like a whirlwind for me. Either have a good day or the worst day. It's like an on and off switch. I don't know when to control it. But now, as an age I am now, I can control it. But the thing is, Alpha lying about it triggered me so much. I so badly wanted to go on a lie and go, listen here, Alphabet. The way you're making autistic people look isn't what we are. You are discriminating my condition, discriminating everyone who has it. You're a joke.
But wasn't it found out to be a lie about that?
Yes, it was. It was a lie.
Yeah, exactly. But if anybody wants to gift Luna or Annette anything, gift her a fold-away treadmill, please. Do it. At least she'll get some steps in without leaving her house.
I mean, if I can do it and I dislocate every single joint, if I can get up and move, why can't she when she doesn't do that? She doesn't dislocate. Yes, she has I've also got polycystic ovarian syndrome. Yes, I am overweight, but I've got a knee that is literally no cartilage in it, and I still move. She just needs to get up and move.
Yeah.
Is she still alive?
Shane's right with me, totally.
Yeah, probably, because when you know, just before I came in this live, she was still crying about
I
it.
screen recorded it.
I'm bullying you, love. I've got no time for you. You're just a bully yourself, darling. You made this yourself. You created this drama. It's on you, darling. Not us.
Many people have tried to help Annette, including myself, and you just get shut down.
In fairness, Maggie, I mean, several times, and my mom's kept it telling me.
Living, your signals. Living, your signal's really bad.
And you're weird.
Living, your signal is really bad. Yeah, really bad. Yeah.
Like the thing is as well,
I was in that Annette, Luna, whatever you want to call her, in her live.
Yeah, Living, you're lagging. I think you need to drop down and come back.
We're not.
I was in her live and she was talking about Maggie, making it Maggie's.
Living, I'm going to drop you, but you can come back up, but your signal is absolutely shocking.
Close the app down.
You haven't said anything the whole time you've been up here. Mini Tug, my goodness. Hello, welcome to the live.
Sorry, I was just waiting for a turn.
No, that's fine.
I personally just wanted to talk about this. I don't have a problem with this woman. Obviously, what she has spilled out has been a lot of like wrongful things that she's said. I'm not following her. I don't tune into the lives or anything, but I see them on the For You page every now and again. And the advice that's been given at times is just ridiculous. But like what you guys have said earlier about what has gone on with her and how she like has said certain things and she should be doing more. But like as we all can see, she is a heavier woman who probably hasn't walked in a very, very, very long time. So getting up and walking around is probably going to do nothing for her. She stated previously she's like nearly 50 or whatever she is, and those sort of muscles, they don't just grow overnight. So her getting back onto a like walking or climbing the stairs or going to do exercise like a regular, I'm 30, mate, so like I could get out and do it. But my issue is I've got rheumatoid arthritis and psoriatic arthritis. I also have another diagnosis which does limit my joints, and my joints are horrific, and it does make it really, really worse. But her ME is obviously undiagnosed right now, and not diagnosed, but like not as much research has been put into it like, to know where it's come from, or this chronic fatigue. But so if she's tired all the time, then go to sleep, come off TikTok, do all of that stuff. But if that's a chronic disorder, then she can't really do much else then, can she? Does everyone agree with that? Like I just feel like we could say everything to her, like go out and get a job and do this, but this woman is never going to change.
Well,
I don't think she wants to change. I think she is using it for sympathy.
Can I just say something for a quick message to the people that Amy Jones and Frankie Harris saying that we shouldn't show our faces? Maybe you should educate yourselves on this one, darling. The reason why they're not showing their faces is not because we don't want to show our faces, because we know we're all beautiful and all that crap. Maybe they have personalised jobs that are protecting their identities. Maybe look at that. I've got my picture on my because I don't have a job, because that's my reasoning. But everyone has a reason for their pictures not showing up, because they've got lives to live. They've got personalised jobs. Their identity is confidential to them. If you don't like it, scroll along, please.
Can I respond to Minito?
Go ahead.
I don't think that's true. There is loads of things that people can do. And I just want to give an example of a £1,000 sister, Tammy. She did not want to change. She didn't. Yeah. And it was only when, that unaliving bell came knocking right at her door that she decided to do something. But the thing is, the people that go on there, that follow her on TikTok, are enabling her to keep behaving this way and not to change her life around.
I understand that.
my mum is overweight and in her 50s, but yet she walks up and down a hill every day to and from work. She actually gets up, even though she's in pain and her back is crumbling, she does it every day because she knows what will happen, that I've told her many times what will happen if she stops. Now, this woman, what's going to happen to her is that she's probably going to have a coronary because she's not exercising and she's not doing anything to help herself. And she's probably going to get ulcerated legs from not using them.
Most likely, yeah. This is the thing, but like I think on the other side of things, I think if you look at her and you have listened to certain things, she obviously is on her own 24/7. She doesn't have kids, she doesn't have like family, or like she has a mum and dad, I think she said previously. But like you can clearly tell that this woman is a very lonely woman who does everything on her own, near enough, or tries to make friends, or has this community that she's based online. So
if she wants
like that,
but if she wants friends, she can go join, and believe it or not, this actually does help. She can go join a swimming club where swimming is actually easy because you're weightless. And there is loads of people that are of a certain weight that go to these clubs that she could make friends with, that could help her on her journey.
Completely.
She's also joining she's moving, so she said she's joining a new church. So she's going to meet people there. Hopefully that'll help her get out.
And hopefully it does. And I don't want to like come across as I'm like defending her actions or anything like this, but you see this sort of repeated behaviour. She's clearly like very lonely in a massive rut. I don't know if you've ever seen on the camera when she flits around her room, like in her house. Like her house is full of bits and bobs, like absolutely to the top. And it's got all sorts of different boxes in there, and it's almost like, like you when you give up on yourself. And she's clearly not in a great place. She sat on TikTok talking to random people that she's probably never met before in her life, and getting all these people coming through. So she is most likely going to stay in this community because this is the community that she's built, even if it has got people in it who are trolling her. So, like, as much as we can say, oh, you need to get on a treadmill, you're going to die of a heart attack, like, yes, you might do, but, like, there's only so much that she would take on because she's happy in this community.
Yeah, and I understand that, but then you've also got to think of the tax burden that she is on the NHS. So the amount of money that's probably being spent on her via the NHS and all these appointments or whatsoever, and then obviously the taxpayer then paying her benefits to sit and be like this.
Of course, I completely get that. I work 2 jobs. I'm very well aware of like these people that are literally fringing on the tax. And working off living off my work basically, not just me, in general. And I completely get that side of things, and everyone deserves to be pissed off with that. But like when you look at her, who also gets PIP apparently, and goes and does these odd little things here and there is so many more people who are doing so much worse, who are literally squeezing every last ounce out of the bloody community. And I'm sure on the NHS or whatever A&E she's at, that she's most likely got a mark against her name, that they know that she's a frequent player in this place, and she comes and she goes and she asks for pain medication. Before long, she'll be wiped off any pain medication because it'll be seen as an addiction.
Well, she said that the doctor told her to take tramadol as much as she needed. I don't see that happening at all. Absolutely no way.
There's no way a doctor says take as much tramadol as you should.
Guys, sorry, I'm just going to interrupt because I'm going to end the live. I want to see the videos that are up, and I want to upload my own videos, and then I'm going to jump into bed, probably jump into someone else's live and talk about religion or something. But thank you so much for everyone that's been up here. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you for listening to the platform.
I probably will be back on again because I don't have anything to do at the moment. My mate's just told me that she's come across multiple videos of me on it. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing them. But I just want to read something that Lynette, Grandma of 5, said. She said, just because you don't have to poke your finger up her bumhole just because she's bearded and disabled. And I think that's fucking awesome. That's one of the best things I've read tonight, honestly. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to go. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And thank you for, you know, backing up what I'm saying, because I knew I wasn't the only one. So, yeah, thanks, guys, and take care and sleep well. And, yeah, see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.